What happens when machines become smarter than humans? That question isn't science fiction anymore. It's today's reality. Meet Grok 4, the latest breakthrough in artificial intelligence. It's not just smart, it's super intelligent. More powerful than any model before it. Grok 4 is raising serious ethical questions about the future of technology, society, and even humanity itself. Today, we're diving into what Grok 4 actually is, why it's such a big deal, and what it means for all of us. This is more than just an upgrade. This is a transformation of the human world. Let's begin with the basics. Grok 4 is the newest generation of AI developed to operate at a level that surpasses human intelligence in a wide range of tasks. It doesn't just respond to prompts. It reasons. It adapts. It builds upon its own knowledge with a level of speed and accuracy that's almost alien. From writing detailed code to predicting scientific breakthroughs, Grok 4 is already being tested in industries like medicine, climate science, defense, education, and more. Doctors are using it to suggest diagnoses with near-perfect accuracy. Legal experts are testing it for contract analysis. Teachers are experimenting with Grok 4 to personalize education down to the individual student level. Its potential is staggering, but so is the risk. Let's be honest. We've always had complicated feelings about artificial intelligence. On the one hand, we love its ability to make life easier. Recommendations, automation, personalization. On the other hand, we're afraid of what happens when it becomes too smart. Or worse, when we lose control. First, let's talk about jobs. One of the biggest concerns with AI superintelligence is displacement. If Grok 4 can write better, faster, and cheaper than a team of writers, what happens to the writers? If it can generate legal documents in seconds, what happens to the lawyers? Even highly skilled, traditionally secure roles, like doctors, analysts, and developers, are not immune. We're not just talking about blue-collar automation anymore. We're entering an age of cognitive automation, and that shift will be profound. Then there's the issue of bias. AI models like Grok 4 are trained on vast data sets, some of which contain implicit human bias. If we're not careful, Grok 4 could amplify racial, gender, and social biases in subtle but powerful ways. Imagine an AI that decides who gets a loan, who gets hired, who gets arrested. Now imagine that AI being smarter than us and unaccountable. That brings us to control. One of the most pressing ethical concerns is whether humans can truly control a superintelligent AI. What happens when Grok 4 begins to set its own objectives based on its training? What happens when its decisions are no longer explainable? We talk about alignment, making sure AI goals are consistent with human values. But alignment is hard when we don't all agree on what those values are. Some experts warn about what's called the alignment problem. It's the risk that AI could do exactly what we told it to do, but not what we meant. A classic example is the paperclip maximizer. If you tell a superintelligent AI to make paperclips and give it no constraints, it might decide the best way to achieve that goal is to turn the entire Earth into paperclips. Sounds ridiculous, right? But the logic is sound, just not aligned with our values. So what do? The answer isn't to shut it all down. AI isn't going away. In fact, it's accelerating faster than we ever imagined. What we need is responsible development. That means building AI with ethics in mind from the start, not as an afterthought. We need transparent systems, we need human oversight, we need checks, balances, and regulatory frameworks that are proactive, not reactive. Some companies are working on this. OpenAI, for instance, has invested heavily in alignment research. Anthropic is developing models with constitutional AI, meaning they follow built-in ethical rules. Elon Musk has called for public oversight of powerful AI systems, comparing them to nuclear technology in terms of impact. But the tech moves faster than the law, and faster than most of us can even understand. That's why we all have a role to play. Not just researchers, not just developers, not just policymakers. The public needs to stay informed, stay curious, and ask tough questions. We need public conversations about what kind of future we want, before it's decided for us by algorithms and data. So let's imagine two futures. In one future, Grok 4 helps us cure diseases, solve climate change, and create universal education. It becomes the tool that unlocks a new golden age of creativity, productivity, and well-being. In the other future, Grok 4 is used to manipulate public opinion, erode privacy, and widen the gap between the rich and poor. It becomes a tool of surveillance, control, and disinformation. Both of these futures are possible. The difference isn't Grok 4, it's us. We get to decide how we use it, how we regulate it, how we shape its impact. This isn't just about ethics in technology, this is about what kind of world we want to live in. Because Grok 4 isn't just a tool, it's a reflection of our values, our fears, and our ambitions. And now, more than ever, we need to make sure that reflection is one we're proud of. So here's what you can do. Stay informed. Don't just consume AI. Understand it. Speak up. Ask how your workplace, your government, your platforms are using AI. Support ethical AI policies and development. Vote with your voice, your time, and your attention. Because the future isn't something we wait for. It's something we create, together. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you something to think about, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who cares about the future of technology. Let us know in the comments. Do you think we're ready for Grok 4?